All right, so we are looking at a house today. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but it's an interesting house. I don't know if we can do anything or not with it, but it's on 7 acres of land. 7 acres of land. So as I look around behind me here, there's a ton of land, and I'm not sure what I can do, but I'm wondering. We're kind of looking for opportunity, right? So when we have a property that comes our way, we want to see what kind of opportunity we can find. This house, you're going to see it with us for the first time.
But my first impression is that it's a hole.
Uh-oh, Amber's nervous about it.
It might get my power of veto.
Here we go.
All right, if I can touch the ceiling on my tippy toes, that means the ceilings are only 7 foot. So that's an issue. But it feels like this is like a platform, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This feels like it's built up.
Well, it must be over on top of the garage. Oh.
Yeah, this isn't like real hardwood either. It's like pergo. So I think this is built up. So I wonder if that was ripped out. How much?
So as far as I know, this used to be a store many years ago. I actually grew up in this town myself, so I've never flipped a house in this hometown of mine. But this was the original store, and the other store was down the road. When I grew up, it was a store down there. This was where the owners lived, I believe.
These floors would actually be really pretty refinished. They have the little pegs in them, which is really country.
So here's my question. Can we turn this into apartments?
It's a full bathroom. There's a tub and a sink and a toilet. Kind of weird, but it's here.
So as far as we know, this has been vacant. This has been vacant for about 10 years.
What's interesting though, there's a radiator out here and then there's baseboard out here.
Well, it's all water though.
Yeah, you just don't usually see those combined.
Not usually.
Little street. You know, if this is big enough to be a living room, kitchen, I don't know if we put a bedroom in here. That would be kind of tight.
You think so?
Well, to make it a kitchen, living room, and bedroom? Yeah, that'd be a little tight, but there's a basement stairs. I'm letting you go first.
There's a basement?
There's a basement. He gets to go first.
It's a crawl space, you know.
Okay. I'm just gonna wait here to see if it's safe.
I'm going in.
I love you, honey. Just in case you don't come back. Oh, we have power.
I'm back. Surprisingly, the foundation's in good shape. It's not a full foundation down there. It's a little bit creepy.
These are original hardwood floors, it looks like, and we have a massive buckle here. This gets bigger as we go along. I mean, this is probably protruding off of the floor. Well, those are about 2 inches wide, so 4 inches high, somewhere around there. That's caused from shifting or moisture.
Yeah.
There has to be some shifting in there too for it to buckle like that, but most of the time that's caused from moisture. So my kids would come in here and try to do tight walk little tricks on it. But it's definitely a tripping hazard.
On a hardwood floor, when you're looking at hardwood floors, one of the things when you're looking at hardwood floors, if you have small little buckles like this, sometimes people get freaked out and go, gotta tear the whole floor out, and you don't. You can actually just sand them. We've done it many times. Just sand over them and they level out. Sometimes if a house is wet, you put a dehumidifier in it, it'll actually go back down. Now, remember the house in Schenectady?
Oh my gosh.
We had a house one time that the floors were buckled up. I'm gonna tell you, they were higher than this. They were probably like this. And the guy said, oh, that happens every winter. As soon as I turn the heat on, it goes back down. I'm like,
No way, Jose.
oh, okay. Did you shut my pot, Mike?
Oh wow, this is like a whole other, this is like an apartment in and of itself. Full bathroom. Oh, big step. Hey, there's a water bed. That's like a blast from 1970. And they must have used this to tie somebody to their bed.
What would you do?
Well, I don't know how we divide up the access downstairs to make this have its own entrance. But there's 3 bedrooms up here, plus that room on the other side there, which is useless. So you could take out this wall actually, maybe put the kitchen right there, and then make this like the living room.
There's no kitchen up here.
No, there's no kitchen up here, but there's a full bath.
Okay.
So you could make that room the kitchen, this room the living room, and still have 2-bedroom apartment.
On here. So as investors, we're always trying to find ways to make money in a house, right? How do you make money? This is a unique one. This is not for a rookie or for a beginner.
No.
It's got a metal roof.
I don't even know if it's for us.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Refinish the hardwood floors, paint. I think we'll keep the bubblegum pink tile.
Yeah, it's nice.
Not.
Pepto-Bismol.
Sometimes the house that's on the property isn't the best solution. You always want to find the highest and best use for that property or that land. You know, and here we have acreage, so being
7
that
or 8, yeah, I think it's 7 acres. I think it is. It comes with it, with a lot of road frontage.
there's a lot of road frontage.
It's zone commercial.
It's commercial, but it's in a more country area.
Yeah.
So how valuable is that commercial zone?
We talked about doing storage units, but because we're in the country, most people out here have barns and garages and whatnots, and they have all their ATVs and stuff. They don't really have a need
Right.
for storage units. So I don't think storage units is the play here.
Right.
The only play would be to tear this down and put new, but that gets expensive. You tear a building like this down, you're talking about 30 grand.
Yeah, just the demo alone.
I think people think that, oh, they just have the fire department come in and burn it. That's not how that works anymore. That was 50 years ago. That's not how they do it now. So it's, yeah. I don't think that this is
I don't want to renovate the house.
I think you'd be minimal 70, 80 grand
Oh
renovations.
gosh, yeah, and then there's obviously roof problems too.
Yeah, minimal. So you're
And
buy
it
it for
needs siding,
70.
and it needs a lot of interior.
You're into it for, I mean, let's do the math. So you buy it for 75. Let's say you're into it for, let's say 80 grand renovations. That's probably, remember you're making it to apartments, so you're not making it beautiful, but I think you're all of 80 grand, aren't you?
At least.
I think you're all of 80.
I think that's,
So let's say 100. So if you let's say 100. So if you buy it for 75, you got buying costs, closing costs, whatnot. You're into it for 80. You've got 100,000 into it, so you're into it for renovations. You're 180.
yeah.
And now it's probably going to be worth close to 300 in the twos. It'll be worth in the twos probably when you're done. So you have equity, but can the rents sustain it in the country? So the rents on a property like this, you're talking about probably what?
$800 a month?
Yeah, $800 a unit, probably something like that. So you're bringing in 8 times 3 is 2,400, and you're in for $180.
That's why I keep him around.
Yeah. By the time you pay taxes, it's a commercial loan, so you're paying, or commercial lot rather, so you pay
Taxes
commercial
are higher.
taxes. And you're gonna have to have building permits. You have to deal with the well, because in the country you have a well. You gotta make sure that there's already tanks downstairs, which tells me one of two things: either the well's not too good, and they have to have storage tanks to fill them up, or this was a multi-unit before, and they had to have that. You start getting multi-units, you have to have a sprinkler system, so you have to have water just for that.
And firewalls.
Firewalls between apartments, yeah, firewalls between apartments. So this is no good for us.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wholesale this off because another buyer that lives up here may want it. Someone nearby that wants the land, or someone wants to move in here and fix it themselves.
I think it would make a fantastic restaurant because you have a lot of square footage in here. You could decorate this really
Yeah.
rustic, and you've got plenty of room outside for parking. And
Maybe that's what we'll open up a restaurant.
no, we won't.
Let's have one more business, just what I need. A restaurant. Oh my gosh. God bless you guys who do restaurants. I have a lot of respect for you. A lot of work. All right. So I guess this one is a wrap. We're done. All right, guys.